Well, definitely a must-see. You can either be out today on this Thursday and see what it's all about, or you can stay indoors and stay in the kitchen and do exactly what we're going to do now. Angie, welcome to the kitchen.
Hi, Lana. Thank you.
I heard it's chocolatey, and it's gluten-free, and it's brown. I love it already, without even knowing what we're making. Where are you taking us today in this kitchen?
Right, we're making gluten-free chocolate brownies today. We're baking it in a pan. Just to kind of show you that you don't have to have fancy equipment in your kitchen. You can chuck it in a pan into the oven. There we go. You can bake brownies.
Right. So what do we need to make our gluten-free brownies?
Okay, what we need first is our chocolate, dark chocolate. I always like dark chocolate. Melt it over a double boiler, which is just a pot of hot water.
Just to get it all soft in there.
There we go. And then we can add some butter.
Look at that.
Nice soft butter.
It looks good to eat as it is. Kind
of does.
Of course, we'll give you details on how to recreate and to make this recipe as well. And there's also competition, so don't go anywhere. So you melt that butter in there. What's the second one?
Then we're adding some really nice strong coffee. Good espresso will do.
Of course.
And then we just leave this to melt here. You can do it all at once. You don't have to add the butter afterwards. Just chuck it all in together. Makes it nice and easy.
Right.
And then while that's melting, we're going to take our eggs. Do you want to help me break these into a bowl?
No problem. So 3 of them, huh?
3 eggs.
Here we go. We're really good at this.
Awesome. You're really good at this.
I'm still wondering why the butter. Is it just for a creamier consistency?
It's it's to make your heart work a little bit harder.
Ah, of course.
When you eat it.
Yes, because once you go to chocolate, you never go back, right?
There we go. And then we're going to add some lovely dark brown sugar.
So there's our Selati sugar in there. Of course, Selati is also our keyword for today. You can SMS Selati to 33728 to get a link to the recipe that we are creating in the kitchen. There's also competition. Some Selati sugar products up for grabs, and then also an apron. If you SMS that keyword, you stand in line to win all of that. So you just whisk all our sugar together with our eggs.
We just whisk it all together.
Right. While that's melting.
Yeah, while that's melting.
Should we stir it continuously?
You can stir it continuously. The more you whisk the eggs and sugar, the better. It just makes it a little lighter and fluffier. And dissolves the sugar a bit.
Well, the end product's really nice already. I see that there's nuts in it as well.
Nuts in it.
Which makes it nice and crunchy.
So as soon as this is nice and fluffy, we can add that lovely chocolate.
There's our
Shall
butter.
I grab it from you?
Why not? Okay.
And then we'll just add it in.
Sure, it looks yummy, hey?
Yeah, dark chocolate, dark brown sugar. The brown sugar is very nice because it has an extra bit of deepness to the flavor.
And you've put some coffee in there as well, or like you called it, an espresso. So I see that there's more chocolate that goes in here. How much more chocolatier could we make this recipe?
You can never have too much chocolate.
Oh, it smells amazing.
So we mix it all together, and then we add cocoa. So there's no wheat flour in this recipe.
Right.
We've got cocoa and a bit of corn flour instead.
Okay, so our corn flour, so gluten-free, like we mentioned earlier, and of course it means that there's no proteins from wheat flour in here, so it's totally healthy for most of us that can't have any gluten.
Absolutely.
There goes our corn flour and our cocoa into our already chocolatey.
Just makes it a little. This is just sort of the substance to your.
Yeah, to make it a little bit stiffer, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
Ons noem dit 'n beslag. Jy gooi nog meer poeiers in jou beslag. It was Bob's birthday yesterday.
I believe so.
Yes, I look at this and I go, oh, he should enjoy this because it's even more cakey, you know?
Yeah.
A little gluten-free brownie for our little
gluten-free brownie. Okay, so we mix it all together, and this is how easy it is. One bowl.
And it's all together. And I see you've used your whisk throughout.
So we don't need anything else, just the whisk.
And our pan.
And we're basically done.
Okay.
So we pour it into the pan. If you've got an actual pan, great. Otherwise, a baking pan lined with some paper.
There we go.
Pour it in. Bake it at about 180. Should take about 30 minutes to bake.
When do you add the nuts into it?
We're just going to sprinkle them over top.
Right. And I see that they're baked into the actual, so you don't do it afterwards.
They bake in.
Okay. Could you use almonds?
You can absolutely use almonds, and you can use pecan nuts. Pecan nuts are great.
I can't do walnuts.
These are actually hazelnuts.
Yeah, or hazelnuts.
Yeah. So if not hazelnuts, then pecan nuts almonds, peanuts.
What about roasted nuts? Does it become bitter when it's in the oven, or can you use roasted nuts as well?
I would use them unroasted
Right.
because they're going to bake in the oven.
In the oven anyway.
Yes.
All right. And you put them all together.
Put them all together into the oven. Done.
Ah,
And then this is what we've
keyword
got.
Selati. This was going to keyword Selati to 33728 to recreate this beautiful recipe, sprinkling it with our Selati sugar there as well. And of course, you go into the draw for our Selati competition. We've got 5 hampers to give away with Selati sugar products in it, and also a very nice apron to go with it. Well, that's our gluten-free brownie recipe. Thank you, Angie.
It's a pleasure.
For helping us out and keeping life more chocolates here. And I wonder what the rest is up to. Leigh-anne, what you up to?
The sweetness lingers longer with Selati and espresso.